Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for a while now, my wife and I have been contemplating whether we want to get an RV or not, or a motorhome. You know, one of the ones that you pull or one of the ones that can drive itself. And a friend of ours actually has a motorhome that she's owned for a long time, and she lent it to us for this weekend so that we can try it out and see how it rides and see how we like it before we make a decision on whether we want to buy one or not. So we took this motorhome right here. It's, I think, a 27-footer. And we drove it to Anchorage, and we stayed there for a couple of days. And let me tell you what, it was a great experience, and we had a great time. And now that we're back is when the putting away stuff and the cleaning begins. So I thought that I'd take you along with me on this little journey of getting this motorhome back to better conditions than what it was before we borrowed it, and showing you a few of the things that we did while we were away. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is a 1995 motorhome. So it's 29 years old. And for being 29 years old, let me tell you what, it drove down the road perfectly. We put roughly 800 miles on this motorhome over the weekend, and it drove really well. It kind of like feels a little like a boat because it sways and you really can be taking corners very sharply. But other than that, it's very simple to drive, and it rides pretty good, meaning that it's pretty comfortable. And although the inside is a little bit dated, it's still in great shape. And that's what we're going to look for. We're going to look for something that's a little bit older, that's a good price, but that still works really good, and it's still serviceable and easy to maintain. Brought a whole bunch of stuff like this stove. We never really used it because we met up with our daughter and we took her out to eat steak at the Texas Roadhouse, I believe is the name. And while we were there, we met the nicest server. And let me see if I can remember his name. His name was Besnick, all right? And he immigrated to the United States back in 1999. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? He got an extra AP tip because he says, AP, I subscribe to your channel. So I said, well, that right there qualifies you for the extra AP tip. But no, in all reality, the food was great there and the service was outstanding. And it was really nice to meet you, Besnick. And we did bring our pups with us, and look at Karma. As soon as I opened the door, she came right back in. And as you can see, I brought my little Bogle RV cooler freezer with us, which is really cool, ladies and gentlemen, because once you take the power source off right here, you'll see that it has a battery, and that battery is going to allow it to continue to run for several more hours. So everything that I have in here, no problem unplugging it for a while, making sure that we bring it inside and get everything out of it because the battery is taking care of the power for the next few hours. And believe it or not, what I ended up powering the refrigerator freezer with wasn't even a solar generator. It's this right here, one of the Oupes Mega 2 or Mega 3 external batteries. I pretty much knew that I wasn't going to need an inverter for anything and that everything that we needed to power was going to be 12 volt. So this external battery is perfect. 2048 watt hours. When it started, it was at 100%, and it is at 41% right now. And this is the plug here for the fridge. Turn that off. But that 41%, ladies and gentlemen, I probably added about a good 10 to 20% to this battery because while we were driving, I always had this battery plugged in to the vehicle's 12 volt output. So we were getting about 110 or so watts while we were driving down the road, and it kept us topped off enough to where we could have probably lasted another week or so using the same battery for this fridge. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I do love the Oupes brand, so I'm going to take this opportunity to plug Oupes. Right now, Oupes is having a Father's Day sale for about another week or so, where they're selling solar generators and bundles, meaning solar generators with batteries and or solar panels, at a really good price. Get an extra 10% off on orders over $2,000. And in addition to that, you can use my 5% off code, which will work on top of the 10%. If you go to their Facebook post and comment your Father's Day plan, you will be entered to win an Exodus 600 with a 100-watt solar panel, and there will be 6 of those, I believe, that will be given away. Share your moments with Super Dads. Winners will receive prizes including $1,000 in cash and Exodus 600. And ladies and gentlemen, to enter is 100% free. So go check it out if you're in the market for a solar generator. And I do believe that there's going to be somewhat of a giveaway involved, but I'll go ahead and tell you about that towards the end of this video. And I'm not sure if you caught that on this fridge, but you can see that I have one side set for my freezer side and the other side set for my regular refrigerator side. And that's what I like about this little fridge is that it has 2 separate compartments, and you can change one or the other to whatever you want it to be, or you can have them both the same. For example, you can make it to where instead of this right here being the freezer side, you can make them both being a freezer, or you can make them both being a refrigerator, meaning as far as the temperature goes. It's whatever you want it to be that it can be, and I think that's pretty awesome. And since we have pretty good sun today, instead of plugging that thing in to get charged via AC, I'm just going to set up this little 100-watt panel real quick and get it going, and then I can forget about it for the rest of the day. But we've got it going on, and instead of letting it sit there all day long with the sun beaming on it, I'm going to go ahead and put this over it. It's just a piece of white foam that will hopefully reflect the sun's rays and not heat this machine up too much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, we have to conduct some vacuum cleaner salvage operations. You know when you use your vacuum cleaner and you get a little string from a rug or something and it gets clogged up here? Well, this one, you should have seen it. I didn't even think about recording this, but this one has so much stuff clogging it up that I had to revert. And that wasn't even enough because I still have a lot more here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take out my Fontique electric screwdriver. Yes, I get to use it on a real purpose this time. We're going to go ahead and grab one of our bits in here that will match this screw right here. It's a Torx screw, and hopefully we'll be able to just take this roller out, clean it, put it back on. And we found a torque that it takes. It's a T20 or a TR20, torque 20, and it's for this little screw right here. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. And then we're going to take this bad boy and we're going to put it on reverse. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I end up having to buy a new vacuum cleaner. Okay, let's see what it looks like in there. I think this will pull right off. Let's see. I've never taken this part right here off, but I'm guessing that that's what that screw is for, is to be able to take this off. Yeah, there we go. That's what it's for. And ladies and gentlemen, don't do what I do. Don't listen to what I do, because I might be breaking this and I might have to buy a new vacuum. But we're going to find out. If it doesn't want to come out nicely, then we're going to force it out. There you go. That wasn't too bad. All right, let's see if, there we go. Look at that. Now that's how you do it right there. Instead of trying to spin this thing 1,000 times and trying to get one string at a time, now we can just put this vacuum to the side, clean whatever little bits are in here. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, was a pain in the butt. So now let's hope that it goes in as easy as it came out. I think it's just this. Look at that. Now all we have to do is put our screw back in there. Let's grab our handy dandy screwdriver. There you go. Let's see if it works. I thought this was really funny. When we first started packing the RV for our trip, Lulu spotted what she thought was an intruder in the mirror, not realizing that it was her. And for the rest of the trip, she refused to look in the mirror again. So I did a gear dump during the second morning of our trip because I woke up early and had nothing to do except make coffee. So when I went to the bathroom, which I thought I'd show you because for being a campground bathroom, it was very clean. A little bit humid, but that's to be expected during this time of the year. But look at how clean this bathroom was. So on our trip, I decided to use my SIMPURE 6-liter gravity-fed water filtration system because I just wanted to keep it nice and simple. And as you can see, it worked perfectly. It's amazing that you can put about 1,200 of these bags of water through this filter before you need to change it. Anyways, it was enough to keep us and the dogs hydrated for the entirety of the trip. All right, ladies and gentlemen, enough talking. Let's go ahead and do this gear dump because it's going to be a lot of fun, like it always is. So here's the stuff that I'm going to be doing a gear dump with. Got a lot of stuff in there, and it's always fun doing these. And the first thing that I'm going to show you is I have a bag of sunflower seeds in there. I just noticed them in there. Don't even remember putting them in there. My wife probably did. But the second thing is this, is what I just showed you. And ladies and gentlemen, that system works great, and it's on a budget. And take a look at these. These are those throwing knives that I showed on a previous video where you can use to make your own bushcrafting knife at a very reasonable price. I believe that I paid about 37 bucks for these three throwing knives, and you can sharpen them up and put a handle on them at your own leisure. And the one that I did a pretty good job. Go check that video out. It's one of my prepping on the cheap videos. And this here is something that I never travel without. I've got one for each vehicle, and this is just a tire repair kit or a flat tire repair kit. And this is such a nice little kit because it brings everything that you need. I mean, it has everything in there that you would need to do an on-the-spot tire repair kit. You just never know. It's got plenty of these little rubber things, whatever they're called, but they're the ones that are used to actually seal the hole. It comes with a tire gauge. Very simple, but people usually lose these things, and they're right here in one little case, all in one. And it obviously has all of the tools that you require, as you can see. This one here has the lubricant that you need, and it looks that some of them come out because of the temperature in there, probably got too hot. But the tools, they're pretty good quality tools. As you can see, they're made to last, and hopefully you never need it, but guess what? If you ever do, you're going to be so happy that you grabbed one of these kits. Everyone always asks, ladies and gentlemen, and some people are always saying, oh, AP, you're just trying to sell us this. No, I'm not affiliated with these people, but I do have this kit on my Amazon storefront because I recommend it. I think everyone ought to have one of these, especially if you're going to be, let's say, 20 or 30 miles outside of your comfort zone, away from your house. You should have a kit like this or something like it, right, in your vehicle, just like a spare tire. The only thing that's missing, obviously, is something that you can use to inflate your tires. And of course, you always want to have a nice pair of working gloves. These leather gloves are awesome. And I have a spare bottle here for water just in case you have to take a walk. You have something manageable to take with you. And this is a great little bottle because it comes in this insulated pouch, which actually keeps it from freezing in -degree temperatures. And ladies and gentlemen, since this is a video of plugging things that I really enjoy, the hybrid lights are great flashlights. They come in lanterns, flashlights. You can have one that have Bluetooth speakers on them to hook up to your phone or your personal device. But what I like about these the most is a couple of things, actually 3 things. They are extremely rugged. All right, you can torture these things and they will still work. Most of them have more than 1 or 2 ways on how you can charge them. This one right here, you can charge via an AC outlet on your wall outlet, or you can charge it using the little solar panel, or you can charge it using a USB cable. As you can see on this one, it has a charging port for a micro USB, and it also has a USB-A port that you can actually charge your phone from it. Same thing with this one. This is the Atlas 600 lantern. You can charge it with solar or also with a USB cable. And these lights, once you charge them to 100%, they will keep a charge for up to 7 years. You can see this one needs to be charged. It's because I've been using it, but they will keep a charge for a very long time. And if you watch one of the videos that I put up on prepping on the cheap, I was comparing these flashlights, not because they were the cheapest ones, because they're not. They're affordable compared to most other flashlights, but these guys will take a beating. And I was saying on that video where I showed you where I took one of these flashlights and threw it up in the air as high as I could, in the middle of winter that I would not dare do that with the economy flashlight, because in my opinion, once it hits the ground, it would pretty much shatter and not work. So hybrid lights, I recommend them because they're hardy, they're cost efficient, and they keep a charge for 7 years. Now, I never leave home without having a little bit of bear spray just in case. And of course, we had to bring our thermocell. I brought a variety of them, from ones that you can use by hooking up to a propane cylinder or one of these isobutane propane cylinders as well. And also the other kind, which is like the first one that I ever got, which is the one that you put the small butane cylinder in the bottom and twist it on. I prefer the ones that you hook up to a propane cylinder or a butane cylinder, but in addition to that, I really prefer the newest ones they came out with that are rechargeable, have a rechargeable battery in them, and it uses a liquid instead of a pad. However, I recommend all of them because these things work great. And here I have a brand new box of matches. I believe we have a lighter inside, or maybe it's still in this box. But also I brought with me a little ferrocerium rod with a striker. And I've never used this thing. It was a gift sent to me a few years back by old man. And I'll tell you what, this thing works great. I brought this little bushcrafting axe in case the apocalypse happened while we were gone and I had to cut down wood in order to survive these hellacious temperatures here in the summer, ladies and gentlemen. Just kidding. It's actually a very nice day outside here in Anchorage. It was like 70 degrees today. But you just never know. I like to carry it with me just in case. It's always nice to have a handy dandy little weather radio that can be charged in more than one ways, and this one can be charged 3 different ways, with a small solar panel by cranking it, and also USB. There's Lulu sniffing. Look at Lulu, ladies and gentlemen, just sniffing away, getting in trouble as always. She is such a troublemaker. Anyways, I brought a few more freedom seeds just in case. You never know. The more the better, right, ladies and gentlemen? And this is an awesome stove. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use it, but I keep it around. I like to keep it in my vehicle just in case I feel like taking it out and using it one of these days. But this is what I like to call a transformer stove, because it transforms from this puny little thing that you're looking at here. Look at this. It's not that big of a footprint that it takes up. But it transforms from that into, check this out, transformers. You pull it out. Very easy to pull out, by the way, and set up. You lock these out right there, and it's good to go. And it has a really nice long hose that you can connect to either butane, to propane, or your small isobutane propane cylinders as well. This is an awesome little stove to have. I'm really glad that I got it. I reviewed this a while back. I forget if it's like 10 or 11,000 BTU per burner, but that's a pretty good BTU rating for a double burner stove, especially one like this that is so compact, just doesn't take up too much room. We've got a fork and spoon combination, which is titanium, and it's awesome. And I was right, I did have a lighter in there. And always check your lighters, ladies and gentlemen. Believe it or not, the flints that come in these lighters, or even Bic lighters, they will expire one day to where they will not be able to produce a spark. So check your lighters often, make sure they work. This is just awesome. This is like 550 cord on steroids, which means that it'll take more than 550 pounds before it fails. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, you always travel, always travel with some kind of a baby wipe or diety wipes, like I like to call them. Now, this is the end of our gear dump, but let me go ahead and show you the thermocell, one of the new ones that I really like. Because it comes with a liquid and it's a rechargeable unit, and this is it right here. This thing works great, and like I said, it's rechargeable. You don't have to worry about getting any butane or propane for it. You just have to have a way to energize it or charge it, and those liquid canisters last a very long time. And now I'm just going to go ahead and heat some water to make coffee for my wife and myself. And let's go ahead and finish doing our recovery operations and finish cleaning up and clearing out that RV before we bring it back to our friend. Well, ladies and gentlemen, pretty much done sprucing it up. All we did was give it a good vacuum and a good wipe down of everything. And just to show you all what it looks like, this is what the cab looks like. It's pretty decent. It really is for being 29 years old, I believe. Incredible. There's a little bed that you can sleep in that's on top of the cab. It's got a little dinette area, which I really like. I really like these little dinette areas better than the ones that have like a table with regular seats. I like these much better. They're like a bench style. And then on the opposite side, you're looking at like a small sofa that will sit 3 or will lay 3 dogs. And you have some storage on the top. This is the opposite direction, so this is how you come inside. And here we have the enclosure for the bathroom. Those 2 mirrors are part of the bathroom on the inside. And you can see your little kitchenette area where we still have some of the supplies, silverware, etc. But you can see also that it has pretty decent storage along the kitchenette. You have storage down this way. This is a little toaster oven. We didn't use the kitchen or the sink or the oven or anything like that while we were here, while we were using it. We used a little bit of the microwave just to heat up a coffee. But you can see the stove right here. It's a Magic Chef and it's 3 burners with a small oven, and it is LP. It has an LP refrigerator / freezer. And for being as old as it is in very nice condition. We didn't use the bathroom at all, but this is what it looks like. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a pretty decent sized bathroom for a motorhome that's this size. Take a look at that. I can literally stand inside that tub and take a shower, no problem if I had to. But like I said, we didn't use it because we had those amenities available to us in the park that we stayed in. And then finishing it off, we have a small closet area right here, where I guess they call this a wardrobe area. And you can see that the owners have some stuff put away here. We just kept our things in the suitcase that we brought with a little more storage here. I don't know if their forced air furnace works or not because we didn't need any heat, but I'm assuming that it does. And here is the bedroom in the back with a queen size bed. And it's got plenty of windows to bring in some natural lighting. And it also has a coat hanger there and plenty of storage up top, as you can see. I'm very happy with the stay that we had in this motorhome, and I think I have to talk it over with the missus, but I think that we may be on the lookout for a used motorhome to maybe do a little bit of traveling in the summers and take you along with us. But we'll have to see about that here in the future. It's a little bit warm out today, as you can see. I'm a little bit sweaty, but it's time for me to go in and actually get ready for the live stream with myself and Gray Man. So this video will be edited and put out sometime this week, hopefully. So other than that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining in. I hope you got a little bit of entertaining out of this, and I hope that you at least take the opportunity to go do a little bit of camping or even in a motorhome if you can, because I'll tell you what, I had a lot of fun doing it, and I think there's more of that to come in the future. God bless every one of you. God bless America. If you're still here, you're awesome. I'm Alaska Prepper. I'm out. I thought I'd leave you off with a couple of pictures and some music. This is a picture of when we stopped at Three Bears, Alaska. You can see it's 63 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's 11:20 in the PM, not AM. Same thing here. A lot of people ask me, how light does it stay or how dark does it get in Alaska? Well, this is almost the middle of summer, and you can see that it is still very light outside at 12 midnight. Thank you again for joining in today. I hope you enjoy the rest. I almost forgot to tell you about the giveaway for the Oupes Exodus 600 and the 1800. If you go to my website, thealaskaprepper.com, and subscribe for my newsletter, and no, ladies and gentlemen, I will not abuse you subscribing to my email list by sending you a whole bunch of emails. I will use that list in order to stay in touch with you in the case that we get cut off, and to forward you information on upcoming deals so that you can be the first to know. Anyways, if you get on my email list, you will be entered to win an Exodus 600 just for being on the list. There will be one winner from that list. If you take advantage of the Father's Day sale that Oupes has going on right now and purchase anything, it can be as small as a solar wire or as big as you want it to be. And all you have to do to enter to win an Oupes 1800 is email me a screenshot of your purchase that you made using my affiliate link so that I can confirm the purchase in the background. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, I've been emailed purchase numbers and stuff like that were fake in the past when I've offered giveaways such as this, so I always have to check the background to make sure that it is original. Now make sure that the screenshot has your name, your order number, the date that you made the purchase. I figured this is a good way to give back a little bit to those of you that support Oupes by keeping them in business. The winners will be picked randomly, and I will announce the winners either at the end of this month of June or the beginning of July. Send the entry emails to this address right here, which is onewinnerwinnerchickendinner2@gmail.com. And best of luck to everyone.